Hello, everyone. This is one of the trainings videos for analytics, workload, and moderation. So let me just go through and show you how to access those three things. So here we go. So we are now in a Schoology course, my Schoology course here, Mr. Pipkin Section 1. And again, we're going to go over analytics, workload, and moderation. So what you want to do is to get to analytics, you want to come on down over to the left-hand side. When you're in the course, go down to analytics, click on analytics right here. Now, what is analytics? Well, it shows you your students. It shows you the last time they logged into Schoology and the last time they accessed your course. And so when you go into analytics, you're able to see that. A lot of us, you have been asking us questions about, hey, how do I know a student has been to my course? How do I know if they are even going into Schoology? Well, here is your answer right here. Notice it was updated yesterday morning. My course name is here. And then yesterday, if you see that Chad and Ann both, you can see what time, the last time they entered Schoology. Now, it doesn't show how many times they entered Schoology yesterday, but it does show the last time they entered Schoology. This is Schoology as a whole here. But over here, this is Schoology through your course. So if you don't see your course timestamped right here, look over here. You know, they may have been in Schoology, but they may have been doing work for another content area, and they're just working their way down to your content to do your work. So we don't want to assume that, hey, they're not going into Schoology because they're not doing our particular content work. You want to check right here, last Schoology access, and they may have already entered Schoology and they are working on another content and they're working their way down to your content to get things done. So this is the last time they got a Schoology, and this is the last time they entered your course. Notice dates and times are there for you. Now, while you're in analytics, if you take the time out to maybe just click on a particular student, let's just click on Chad Cochran's name here, one of our other DLSs. Let's say he was a student. Now, I want to show real students here, but for privacy issues, I thought it would be great to just create our own mock students, okay? But notice here there's a drop-down box, and it's on assignments. Here are the assignments, the mock assignments I created. And if you look at the top, you'll see the last time the student will access that assignment, when it was submitted or not submitted. Notice it says not submitted, but when they submit an assignment, it will give the date, timestamp, and then total submissions. Now, this is, if you give a student, 2 or 3 times to submit an assignment, it will show right here the number of times they submitted that particular assignment. And again, it just goes all the way down to the assignments you have, and you can go assignment by assignment. See, the last time the student attempted to start and complete, when they completed it will be here with a time, and then over here is the number of submissions they gave. If you go back here to this drop-down menu, you could do that for each one. You could do that for test quizzes. Here's a couple of test quizzes here that I have. And again, same thing. Each test quiz, assessment, discussion you create, you just find it here and look for it in the drop-down menu, and then it will show you the last time they accessed it, the last time they submitted it, and the total submissions. And so that's analytics, and that just gives you an idea of where the students are, the work that they've completed, when they completed it, and even when's the last time they logged into Schoology, okay? Let's go over to workload. So I'm just gonna go back out. I like to start from the beginning. So we're back at the beginning. I went back up and clicked on my course name. Let's go to workload. So if we go down to workload here, over to the left, right up under analytics, there's workload planning. Let's click that. So what is workload planning? As we click it, workload planning shows you the amount of work the students have. This is great. So this top one here is the total students, all your students combined, and down here is the individual breakdown of each student, what they have due. Notice they have them color coded here. And so if you see these dates, right? And as you put due dates for your assignments, assessments, quizzes, projects, discussions, they go into whatever date that you selected as the due date. And what's really cool is, let's just say today, April 23rd, it was a peach box right here, okay? That means that two or more items are due for 50% of all of your students across all contents. Let me say that again. When you're looking at the top, you are comparing across all contents, meaning that they may have one assignment due for you in math, and they also may have one assignment due in social studies. Therefore, it puts them at the 50% range with two or more items due. You could change it to three or more or four or more. I just left it at two or more. If you see yellow on today, where it's 0 to 24%, that means that only 0 to 24% of kids have two or more assignments or quizzes, etc., due across all content areas. I want to make sure I say all content. So it's not just you. So when you read this and you go, oh, they have three assignments due for me, or no, it's across all content areas. And plus, it gives you an idea of how much work that the students are trying to complete. So just be cognizant of that and understand that, hey, the situation they're in right now, they're just chugging along, trying to get done what they can. And so it will give you an honest view of that. And this only works if every teacher is committed to putting the information in Schoology and giving it due dates so you can all be aware of what's happening. Now, if you scroll down here, I have my two individual students. If you look at Chad and Ann, it will be for individual students. So if Chad had a peach box here for Thursday on April 23rd, that means Chad has four assignments that are due. Okay, he has four assignments that are due across content. Well, Ann may not have four, she might only have two items or more. So it's per student. So here it's all the students here, all students across all content areas that you have. Okay, this is your individual students breakdown and what they have due. 4+ items, 3+ items, 2+ items due across the content area. So if you say, man, Ann hasn't done my work, but if you look on the date and you see, oh wow, she has four items due because she has a peach box here across all content areas. Okay, maybe Ann is working her way through. And that just keeps us from assuming that the kids aren't doing the work. This keeps us honest as well and says, hey, okay, maybe we gave a bit too much. Maybe we need to spread it out a little bit. Maybe I need to extend the due date, or just be understanding that, hey, these kids are doing the best they can, not being able to enter the school, and they are trying to work through everything, okay? So that is workload. It's just showing you what the students have across all content areas. Again, top, all content areas combined, individual student here, and what they have left, okay? And last but not least, we're going to go back out and we're going to talk about moderation, okay? So, moderate discussions, posts. What do I do if something happens? A student posts something inappropriate. How do I get rid of that? Where does it go? Well, here's what you do. So to moderate a post, if you go over here to the left, it says course options. You hit course options right here, hit the drop down menu, and it says moderate post. So we're going to click on that. Here is where all your posts go that you delete. So let's say you see a post in the chat, in a discussion, and it's just not appropriate for content or anything for that matter. When you delete it, it will show up here where it says there are no deleted posts for this course. It'll show up right here and it will stay here. Why do you need that? Well, you need that for evidence. If you need to show your administrator that, hey, students said this in a discussion, it's there for you, and then you guys can do the proper, things that need to be done to address that student. Also, if you need to show a parent, if you're conferencing with a parent and they say, hey, my child didn't say that, it's no longer word versus word because you have it right here, what you deleted. Because they'll say it's not there anymore. So yes, I deleted it because I found it inappropriate. Here it is right here, ma'am. And then you have the evidence there, okay? Now, if you are one of those teachers who want to, just be extra careful, you can approve post. It's a little bit more work for you, but here's how you do that. So if you go over here to the right and hit enable moderation, if I click enable moderation right here, if I click it and I hit the red enable box, I have approved. Notice there are no pending posts for this course. So what happens is when I'm scrolling my mouse, all the pending posts will be there. Here's the thing though, every time a student posts in one of your discussions, you will get a notification, tons of notifications. Okay, so to come and check your um, moderation box, and then you will have to click here and approve every one of them. Okay. I'm not sure if you want to do that all the time because what could happen is the discussions can get really good and the kids could just be flowing and you'll be checking every 20, 30 minutes to approve post. But again, if you want to do that, that's fine. Just be aware that you're going to have to keep up with that when you get those updates and when you get those notifications. Okay. But no worries if you don't do that. Let's disable it over here to the right. No worries if you don't do that. Again, whatever you delete, it'll be right here and stored right here for you. And it'll be there for evidence. It'll be there for you to go over. It'll be there for you to go verify, to show your administrator, to show a parent for a conference. It'll be right there. So this is how you make sure that inappropriate things aren't being said in a discussion. If you delete it, this is where those deleted things are stored, or just great comments that students have made that you want to remember. You may not want to scroll all the way back up on that discussion and find that comment. Once you see it, you can delete it, or copy, paste it, drop it. It's just a great idea to have deleted post right here, okay? So that is all for this training session. I hope you all got what you needed out of this. And I hope that you all do well. Please don't hesitate to contact us if you need us, your DLS. Shoot us an email, and we will do our best to answer as quickly as possible. Thank y'all so much, and enjoy your day.